The NHL's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Now, all eyes are on tomorrow night here in Indianapolis, Indiana, as the Indiana Pacers look to extend the series. They lose, and the Oklahoma City Thunder are NBA champions. They win, and we got a Game 7 down there in Dahn, Oklahoma City. All eyes are on that man. That is the biggest on the right side of the graphic, Tyrese Haliburton. It is being chatted about that he will be a game-time decision for the Indiana Pacers. Obviously, he's the Olympic gold medalist. Some people are calling him the Moment, which I don't think is a nickname that will carry past this particular playoff run. Although he has shown up for all of the moments up until this point.
Right.
Incredibly clutch, even though he's voted the most overrated player in the league by people around the NBA. So this guy, a friend of the program, absolute dog, has changed the way this Pacers team and culture is in Indianapolis since getting traded here from Sacramento, alongside Pascal Siakam, who's been traded here from Toronto last year, fit in perfectly, was an NBA All-Star, was the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, is a guy who would be a star on any team he played on. We got a great group here. But will Tyrese play or not? There's a calf soreness reported.
Yep.
There was an ankle before that reported. It's been a few games, it feels like, if you've been watching. And now, obviously, he has not played his best basketball. I think it is potentially difficult as a basketballer when your ankle and potential calf and all the other stuff, the reporting has all been like lower leg injury. We all see it, though, when he's running. I've sent messages of well wishes. Have not pried, though. Do not want to get involved. Game time decision. If he can walk, he'll play. And that's why we love you.
Hell yeah, Tyrese.
Now, on the other side, there's the Oklahoma State team.
Yeah.
They seemingly are fit, fresh, and ready for the challenge.
Yeah.
They're a very good ball club, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're a good outfit. Yeah, and their fans, I think, if they were to win, would appreciate the moment. And that parade,
Oh, man.
legit.
Yeah.
Think about the scenes that are. You remember Cleveland?
Yeah.
When Cleveland had the parade, and it was like the whole state came out. I was in Indiana. I even thought about going, man, think about heading over to Cleveland. This looks like this would be a good time. Follow Braun around. And then they were shutting down flights into Cleveland. Do you remember that? They were shutting down transportation into Cleveland at one point because there were so many people flocking for the parade, the first ever, the Cavs.
That's
shutting down transportation in there. So then you think about what Oklahoma City will do. We've already seen them at 3:30 a.m. at the FBOs on their flights back from finals games. I assume that entire state will show up for this Oklahoma City Thunder team.
What's the population of Oklahoma City?
20,000?
You don't know the population of the team you're trying to take down?
That is an interesting thing. I should know. I think they got 13 guys on the roster. I think.
Yep.
That's what we're trying to beat. That's who we're trying to top.
Exactly.
No, 15. 15.
Shit!
Big 3 and a little 12 from who said that?
So I think
You did.
Yep.
population of Oklahoma City, 702,767. That's up 2023. You never know. these
Okay,
days.
sure.
A lot of people.
Need an updated census.
Indianapolis, 879,293. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 411,894. So that's Tulsa and Oklahoma City. We know there's other cities out there.
Oh, yeah.
Stillwater.
We love those cities out there.
Tulsa.
Boomer Soonerland.
Absolutely.
Norman.
Absolutely.
There it
Norman,
is.
Oklahoma. That place is awesome.
What's the Oklahoma City?
Stillwater said that one.
Stillwater.
We check that one off the list. Hey, that Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma, that place was awesome.
Yeah.
That place was beautiful.
Great game, too.
Great game. That place was awesome. They have a stadium for their softball team, who I am a big fan of.
Yeah, Patty Gasso.
Wanted to showcase a little bit better. Yeah. And it's as opposed to the complete opposite in that entire potential conversation piece. But that place was wild.
Yeah.
That fan. And now with the Oklahoma City, with the team that they have, they're young, ready to go. So you talk about like the Florida Panthers fans enjoying all year. Oklahoma City, all year, their fans have been like, hey, we're the team. Nobody's talking about us. We're the team. So the amount that they have to feel like fulfillment about what they've been saying about their team, I assume that parade and that celebration would be epic out there in Oklahoma.
Yeah, and they've already been through it. like Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, they go to the finals. They have like a potential dynasty on their hands, and then those guys, they lose, I believe, to the Heatles, and they end up blowing that team up eventually, and so they never get back to the finals. Like, they've been waiting for this for a long time. The reason Seattle wants a team so bad again with the Supersonics is because they moved that team to Oklahoma City because Oklahoma City was such a great fan base, and now unfortunately it looks like they are going to get the job done on Thursday. And then think about that parade possibly on a Sunday or a Saturday. I mean, it's the summer, so it doesn't matter as much, but still, if no one's working, I assume they call off work in the state of Oklahoma no matter what.
Yeah, I assume the governor will come out and say that it's deemed a holiday or something like that. Like, that's what it means. I don't think that gets talked about enough, I don't think it gets talked about enough, like how much these teams do for these cities. It always comes up whenever there's a new stadium or a new arena that needs to be built and there's potential tax dollars going in. Once again, not a fan of that. If I was a billionaire, I would want to own my building. I wouldn't want the state to own the building. But there is a business method that owners use that have state funds get used during taxes and everything like that. So it's always a debate on whether or not the state should send money to a new stadium or not. That is kind of the reason why teams leave. Usually that is the big talking point. So I feel like you should always own it. But when you get a team that is representing of the entire city, there's nothing that can bring or cultivate people more. Like these Indiana Pacers games, the people that are showing up at those games, the people that are outside of those games, everybody in our city, like surrounding areas, everybody in the state, even parts of Ohio and Illinois, it's just like it rallies everybody. The amount of business, obviously, downtown, the amount of money and revenue that takes place, obviously immense. But just a sense of like pride that these smaller, not that New York doesn't. I'm not saying that because I was in New York whenever everybody was in the streets. You feel it. But out here, it feels like it's an entire state versus everybody. Like whenever Canada had Toronto on their run, they were like, it was the entire country of Canada was representing for Toronto. That's how it is. And I feel like Oklahoma's the same way. It's that entire area pulling for them. And Indiana's the same. And I hope Tyrese plays. And I hope this thing goes 7. But if Oklahoma City wins this, which there is a chance. I don't want to, there is a chance.
That Oklahoma City wins?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the whole thing or the next game?
There's a chance. I've come to the realization that there is a chance.
For the books.
That the Oklahoma City. Yeah. And it's changed. It's only gotten worse.
Yeah, the numbers as well.
And the sports books have been on. I have just come to the understanding that there is a chance that Oklahoma City could win.
Sure. That's possible.
Okay. Lario will
I did not come.
I don't like that you even
because of that.
No.
At all.
But if the Pacers win, possibly.
Explosion.
Sure.
All around town. But this could be Oklahoma City dancing with their confetti on our court. And obviously it's been a great year for the Pacers no matter how this ends up. But we need the Pacers to win, not only for the good of Indiana and the good of this program, but for the good of sports as a whole. What's your problem?
I mean, it's thinking about it now, about the entire situation that could unfold tomorrow. Could you imagine if OKC wins and they roll out that stage and then, maybe the owner, maybe SGA, maybe Mark Daggs says, in 49 states, it's just a trophy.
Oh my God!
But in one state, it's ours. Oh, and they raise.
They
this
need
thing.
to do that.
That's a good line. You should send that to them.
How do we TM dump that? How do we send that to OKC?
We don't need that. Okay, that is not what we're looking for.
It's a good line, though.
Yeah, it is a very good line.
that would hit hard, especially with the T-shirts.
Yeah, but this is Indiana.
Yeah.
I have come to realize that this is a possibility.
Yeah.
I don't like that you come to that realization because now Pacers fans out here, they're watching you. They're going to say,
No.
You're the spokesperson for the Indiana Pacers.
No, I'm not. There's a lot of other people that are spokespeople for the
It's
Indiana
you,
brother that steers the ship, yeah.
I believe the Pacers are going to force Game 7
Do you?
and win this entire thing in Oklahoma City. And they're going to do the whole thing right there in Oklahoma. I believe that's going to happen. But
I got a Game 7 hat for you if you really believe it.
2 of them right over there. Bottom.
Shout out Moose.
Shout out to
Compliment
Mark
to Moose
Mason.
here.
Moose. Great hat.
Yeah.
Great.
Game 7, everybody knows what it's about.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful hat. With that being said, the game time decision thing with Tyrese, I didn't like that news. Okay, I did not like that news at all. But I like the depth of our team. Our team, anybody can go off on any night. And it feels like in the NBA, it would be very wild if. Now, I think Tyrese is going to play too. If he can walk, he can play. So if they're giving him an opportunity, he's going to play. Schefter said it feels like he's going to play. I don't know what Schefter knows, but Schefter said he feels like he's going to play, which is great news. If that's the case, there isn't even a sense of reality being Oklahoma winning. But if there is a chance he doesn't play, it's like we're going to need the people that have big games like every 3 games to like all have their big games like on one night.
Yeah.
And I think that can't happen. Tricky Ricky can have the boys ready.
Yeah, he can have the boys ready. I just fear that no matter how ready they are, Oklahoma City is just a better team this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's who's the better team tomorrow night.
That's right.
Amen.
Well said.
Okay, it's not about this year.
True.
We just need to look at one series at a time.
Exactly.